Okay, so you are watching this video, and I put this video together because you want to get more views on your YouTube videos, the views that you deserve. But maybe right now you're posting videos and they literally aren't getting any views, and YouTube isn't recommending your videos. And this is because of a few things which I'm going to show you in this video. The main problem why you are stuck and your views aren't getting what you deserve, you believe they deserve, it's because you're getting stuck in here in the search section. So there's many different ways that YouTube can find your videos, and most YouTubers find themselves here because they rely on people searching for their videos alone. So this is me searching for a search term, how to tie my shoes. And you can see here, these are all popular search terms that are coming up. And this is great if we want to rely on traffic from Google or people literally typing in your exact title to find your video. But what I want to show you is how to get in the recommended section. So have you ever seen a really popular video that's got hundreds of thousands of views, and you want to get your video shown up here in this recommended section? So people watch this, and then there's a chance here of these videos, your thumbnail will be eye-catching enough and intriguing enough for them to click. So, if it is, and I'm going to show you how to create intriguing clickable thumbnails in this video, but this is the goal to get them here, because this is where the real growth comes from when YouTube is recommending your videos. So let me show you how to consistently get YouTube to recommend your videos so you can 10x your views. And there's 5 keys to getting recommended on YouTube. So first is title and thumbnail. I like to call this packaging. Second is click-through rate. So how many people who have seen your packaging, the title and thumbnail, click through to watch your video. Then retention, how long are they staying for? Engagement, who is engaging with your videos? And then the interaction. So we'll dive straight into the title and thumbnail, the packaging. So this is, for me, arguably the most important part of growing views on YouTube, because click on your thumbnail and title, they're not going to watch your video. And we have literally a split second to grab their attention. So this is just a random selection of videos from my home screen on YouTube. So you can see, depending on what I want to watch, any one of these thumbnails could grab my attention if I'm not already on YouTube searching for something. Why the packaging of thumbnail is so important. And I grabbed this from someone else's video because I thought it was so cool. So somebody once put a video up on YouTube, and it was basically a picture of this spinning basketball, and the title was Strange Applications of the Magnus Effect. And it got like, I don't know, a few thousand views. And essentially it's just what happens when you spin an object, I think, which is kind of interesting. And in the video, they threw this ball off a dam, but this was the thumbnail they decided to use, and it got some views. And then in the future, at some point, somebody changed the thumbnail and title to this. Basically, backspin basketball flies off dam. And what happens when a spinning basketball is thrown off a dam? And you can see here, versus a few thousand views that this thumbnail and title got, versus this, 58 million views. So you can see how important packaging is when it comes to getting more views on YouTube. Put so much little time and effort into their titles and thumbnails, and it's almost like an afterthought, and then they complain that they aren't getting the views they want. So if you can't create a good title and thumbnail for a video, don't make the video. That's been my rule of thumb for this past few years. I learned off Paddy Galloway, like a really good YouTube strategist, and he works with Mr. Beast and all sorts of big channels. And he was saying, if you can't create a good title and thumbnail for your video, maybe it's not a good idea to make the video in the first place. Because if you put so much effort into a video and the thumbnail isn't intriguing, doesn't pique someone's curiosity, it's not interesting, you've just wasted time. So best thumbnail practices, this is things that I've noticed on my channel and other top creators. Keep them super simple. Don't try and cram too much on the thumbnail. I've seen people doing that. Make sure they're easy to understand. So you need to be able to look at the thumbnail in a quick glance, like literally a blink of an eye, and understand what it is straight away. You also want no more than 3 points of eye contact. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I mean by this in a second. Don't cram too much text in there. I've seen people doing that, trying to explain, and it almost is a sign of desperation. You don't want to be doing that. Text isn't necessarily needed, but it's that, you should use it if you need to, but you don't need to use text. It needs to be intriguing. So it needs to get somebody to think, I need to click on this thumbnail to watch what happens in this video. I need to find out. So here's again some examples I've pulled from my feed and why they work. So some of these have varying numbers of views for different reasons. This one here by Ali Abdal, this guy here is a very popular YouTuber, productivity expert, sells courses and stuff. And this is him doing a tutorial on CapCut. And he has obviously used this person has leveraged this guy's credibility and then a bit of text and a Canva logo in the background. So it's like edit like this guy. Really simple to understand. I think I could probably glance at that and decide whether or not I want to watch it. So it's done okay, 50,000 views. This one here is a very small channel, or maybe it's quite a new video. But this guy, Naval, is also a very strong character, and there's a strong theme in here. So that's very eye-catching. He's got a very strong facial expression. The title here, though, probably not the best example. I probably wouldn't be using the title, the text I use in a title in the thumbnail text. It's a bit of a waste of space and waste of real estate. I would probably use the name because that's quite a strong lever to pull. But that's an example of not a great thumbnail. But I just put that there as a red herring. We got the Saron video here. John Hicks riding deep in LA. So this is very much like there's a lot going on here. Like you want to know where this arrow is pointing. You want to know what this woman's looking at. There's helicopters in the background, which is probably animated. There's a police car with sirens on. Again, there's just a lot of commotion going on here. And you just want to know what's going on. Russell Brand, again, mad facial expression, a little bit of text, or big text. Kanye West, and this, like you literally want to know what Kanye West is up to now. He's obviously in the news right now, so he's leveraging the news for the views. Matt Jones's backyard. So this was a very popular video series he made. I think this is a really cool thumbnail, just showing like his playground. And obviously, this is specific to mountain bikers or anybody interested in that. But it's very simple. It's very eye-catching. I like it. And then we've got how to blow up social media even if you don't have time. This guy is showing a transformation. So it's showing you basically how you can go from this to this, even if you don't have time. So that's kind of a very specific thumbnail. But just notice how simple these thumbnails are. They're not overly crowded and overly complicated. Like the real estate for the thumbnail is all used nicely. It's all well balanced, but they're all very different styles. So best title practices, try and avoid long titles. I would recommend not going over 52 characters because if you do that, then you get the ... and you cut off your title, which is annoying. Like, make them clear, make them not confusing, and make them relevant to the video. So the title and the thumbnail should work together. Somebody should read your title and then look at the thumbnail, or look at the thumbnail and then read your title, and should be able to get a good sense or an idea of what they're about to watch, or it should intrigue them enough to click on your thumbnail. So these are just some title examples I've put in, which you can feel free to screenshot these or make a note of them. I'll pause the video, make a note. These are just like good examples of like structures. So you can like replace these sections with your own, and they should give you a good starting point for a decent, solid title. Then we've got click-through rate. So of the people that saw your thumbnail video, title, how many people actually clicked it? It expresses a percentage. So inside YouTube Analytics, we have some really good stats we can look at. So this is the thumbnail for this video. This is the stats. So we've got this particular thumbnail has been shown to 13.7 million people. Of those 13.7 million people, 6.4% of them click through and watch the video, which has generated 1.1 million views as of making this video. So there's stats we can use in here to tell like what a good click-through rate is. And this is kind of a good indicator. So if you have a below 5% click-through rate, packaging your title and your thumbnail probably could do work. Anything above 5% is pretty decent. And then anything above 8% is like fire. That's really good. Then we've got retention. So once people have clicked on your video and they're starting to watch, like how long do people watch your videos for? How long are they staying around for? And this is a screenshot from inside a video that just shows the retention from one of my videos. And we want to try and get this blue line as flat as possible. if you see dips in it where people literally leave your video, like so you can see here a sharp drop. So 27% of people are leaving my video before 30-second mark, whereas 73% are actually watching past the 30-second mark, which is great. But you want to try and get this blue graph as flat as possible. Now, you probably won't get it very flat because people will leave your video. It will just be a gradual decline. But if you notice dips in the chart, like negative dips, then you can start to recognize patterns of ways we can increase the retention and get rid of those things in your videos. So if we can increase retention, it tells YouTube our content is decent, so it'll show it to new audiences. And then it increases your watch time, helps you in more with your viewers. First 30 seconds. So if people can't get past the first 30 seconds, they're not going to watch your video, obviously. So if they don't get past the first 30 seconds, then it may be a signal to YouTube that your video isn't as valuable to the audience watching that video, which then leads to underperforming videos and you having less watch time and less views. So first 30 seconds, I would think about front loading the amount of work you put in and the editing time into that first 30 seconds because it's so damn important, because you want to get people to click on the video, thumbnail and title, and then watch the first 30 seconds. Because if they get past that first 30 seconds, there's a high chance they'll continue watching and hopefully consume the whole video. So how do we improve retention? Well, we've just gone through the first 30 seconds. Use open loop storytelling. So open a loop, start telling somebody what happens about something, but then don't close the loop and give them the answer until later on or even at the end of your video. You'll see a lot of people using this strategy. They'll open loop at the start, like with a challenge style video, and you want to stay to the end of the video because they've opened the loop and you want to know who wins the challenge or who survives or whatever's going on. Don't be boring. There's no such thing as a too long or a too short video or a too long video. There's just a thing of a too boring video. So make sure your video is relevant and just get rid of the fluff. And you can improve retention by looking at the retention chart here and just look for negative dips in it. And you'll start to see patterns across your videos which show where people in like commonalities are leaving your videos. Then you can work on that going forward and say, well, let's not do this in my next video, which should theoretically improve your retention. Engagement, this also matters. So likes, comments, and shares matter. It's a spark to YouTube. It tells them, hey, people are engaging with this. You can ask to get more comments and engagement in your videos. Ask specific questions. Comment. Talk to people like they're like you're actually having a conversation with them right then and there. Ask them specific questions. So like ask them if it's the first time you've seen one of my videos, and ask them to comment a special word if you want my valuable thing. So say for example in this video, I could give away a thumbnail and title template, and I could say comment thumbnail below if you want my free template. So this just gets people engaging, right? And engagement sparks and shows YouTube that your video is valuable. Interaction, ask for smart comments, not generic likes and subscribes. Again, goes back to engagement. And yeah, that's how you will get into the recommended section on YouTube and 10x your growth, literally. If you want to watch a deep dive video I put together, which is literally straight 49 minutes of YouTube wisdom from the last 8 years of me growing different channels. And I'll also include some more useful links below that you can check out, which will help you grow your YouTube channel.